Today's video is on percent of increase or decrease of a percent. So percent of change can be an increase or a decrease, okay? A percent of change is a ratio that compares the change in the quantity to the original amount. So how do we find this? Write this in your notebook. You're going to want to have this right here. Percent of change, and you can always abbreviate percent with this symbol, is the amount of change, either the increase or decrease, over the original amount. So if the original quantity is increased, then it's called a percent of increase. If the original quantity is then decreased, it's called a percent of decrease. Okay, so make sure you have this down. Go ahead and pause the video if you need to. Okay, so let's look at an example. Find the percent of change in the cost of gasoline from 1970 to 2010. Round to the nearest whole percent if necessary. Okay, so to find the percent of change, we need to first think, is this an increase or a decrease? From 1970 to 2010, it's a percent of increase, okay? We don't need that of. So it's a percent increase. And what we're going to do here is we're going to put the amount of change. So how much did it change? It increased $1.65. What was the original? It was $1.30. Okay, so if we divide, what would be the percent? If we took 165, it'd be, we want to know what the percent is. So we need to figure out the top number here. Remember percent proportions. Okay, we're going to be using that idea. So what we need here is we need to figure out what the percent would be. So if we were to solve this proportion using cross products, we would take $1.65 times 100, you get 165, and then divide it by $1.30. Now our answer, our percentage, is going to be 126.92307. Okay, it's going to go on and on and on. Okay, we're talking about money here though, okay? And so when we talked about money, we kept these with a decimal. But when we're talking about a percent, it makes sense to round it. So we're going to use this symbol right here. It's not an equal sign, it's like an equal sign, and this says approximately, and we're going to round. So we're going to look at the 9. The 9 tells us to round up to 127%. Okay, let's try another one. Joe bought a DVD recorder for $280. Now it's on sale for $220. Find the percent of change in the price. Okay, this was the original amount, so put that down first. And we want to know the amount of change. How much did it decrease? It decreased $60. So this is a percent decrease. We always write that down first. And what we're going to do here is we're going to set it equal to x over 100. Because remember, in our percent proportion, the percent would go up here. Okay, so when we figure this out, we would say that 60 divided by 280 is like 0.21, and as a percentage, we would multiply by 100, and we'd get about 21%, okay? This is an approximate, okay? This wasn't an exact. So we would say about 21%. Okay, I want you to try these two on your own, okay? Find the percent of change from 10 yards to 13 yards, and then find the price of the radio that was $420. Radio was $420. I think that was a typo. Hold on. Yeah, $420, that's a really expensive radio. Okay, so it's going to be $20, and it's on sale for $15. Okay, so try these two for me. Pause the video, and I'm going to go through the answers. So if we look at this one, 10 yards, the change would be 3 yards. This is a 30% increase. Make sure you always write increase or decrease. Okay, the radio was $20. That's the original. Over $15 is the new, so this is going to be a $5 difference. And we know that's like 1/4, which is like 25%. And this is a 25% decrease. Okay, so just to review, some things that you might want to have in your notebook are definitely this equation, okay? This is our rate or percent of change that we need to always have in our notebook. It's the amount of change, increased or decreased, over the original. You should have this example, 1 example, 2 examples, total of 4 examples. Okay, please make a star in your notebook and write must label with percent increase or decrease. So notice for each one of these, I've got the percent and I've got what it was. Over here, I have the percent increase, so maybe I should even write it right here as my final answer. And maybe on this one, we should also have a percent decrease written right here, even though it's over there, making sure that we have them. Okay? And I will see you next time.